Hey guys, Alex here. Thank you so much for joining me for today's at-home full body Pilates workout. In today's routine, we're going to be using some weights. I've got a set of 3-pound hand weights and I've got a set of optional 1-pound ankle weights. For the weights, you can go heavier, you can go lighter, depending on the level of challenge that you're looking for. We're going to be sculpting, toning, and strengthening our entire bodies, promoting fat loss and feeling strong, stretched, and amazing after completing this routine. It does include a warm-up and a cool-down, so let's go ahead and get right into our warm-up. We're going to sit down on the mat in a cross-leg or a kneeling position. You can be standing if that's more comfortable for you. We're stacking the vertebrae one on top of the other. Shoulders are down, neck is long, and the chin is parallel with the floor. I want you to envision a piece of string drawing the crown of your head up toward the ceiling. From here, place your hands on your abdominals. We're going to get into our Pilates breathing pattern. So we're breathing deeply in through the nose, filling the back of the rib cage, and then slowly exhaling through the mouth, letting the rib cage deflate. Inhale in through the nose, and exhale through pursed lips. Good. Let's add that core engagement. Breathe in through the nose, abdominals are relaxed. And as we exhale, we're going to draw the belly button in toward the spine, tightening the core. Good. Inhale, relax the abdominals. And exhale, engage them for the entire exhale. Nicely done. Let's start off by warming up the shoulders, lifting the shoulders up by the ears. Inhaling and exhaling to roll them down and back. Let's take 3 and 2 and 1. Nicely done. Now from here, we're going to drop the right hand down on the floor or next to the body and reach up and over with that left hand. Good. Repeat, opposite side. Reaching and stretching. Inhale to center and exhale, stretch a bit further for 3 and 2, lengthening, and last 1. Amazing. Now from here, take the arms up, twist over to the right, looking out over right shoulder, sweep the arms up and around and look out over left shoulder. Good. Stretching through the thoracic spine, sitting up nice and tall, lengthening through the neck. Grow up a little taller through the spine with each rotation, lengthening and stretching for 2 and last 1. Nicely done. Come back to center. Now we're going to move into an all-fours position, positioning the wrists so they're below the shoulders, the knees are below the hips. We're going to drop the belly, bring the gaze up, inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to scoop the navel in and round through the spine. Good. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round, drawing navel in toward the spine as you do so. Good. Inhaling and exhaling, really mobilizing the spine and engaging the core for 2 and final 1. Round. And then bring that spine back into neutral. Walk your hands out a little bit further in front of your shoulders. Curl your toes. Pike up into a downward dog. So holding here in downward dog, lifting the tailbone nice and high, stretching and lengthening through those legs. We're going to bend the right knee and extend the right leg. Bend, lowering, and extend to stretch. Good. 2 more. Bend and stretch the leg long, mobilizing the hips, the knees. Good. Stretch a bit higher and lower down. Bend the left knee and lengthen through the back of the leg. Good. Inhale and exhale, bending and extending, keeping that upper back nice and flat. Good. Last 1. Stretch and lengthen. Lower the foot down to the floor. Take the knees nice and wide. Soften them down to the mat and stretch back into child's pose. I really want you to lengthen through your spine here, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth for 3. Stretching and lengthening through those fingers. and 2, and final 1. Nice work. Now we're going to move into the upper body work. So I'm going to use my 3-pound hand weights for this. I'm going to be sitting in a kneeling position. You can be stood up. In fact, I would recommend that if kneeling is uncomfortable for you. So I'm taking the weights in my hands, palms are facing in, spine is really nice and tall here. We want to really resist any arching in the spine as we work through these exercises. So the core is plugged in to help with that posture as well. Now I'm going to lift my right arm and lower, and as I'm lowering it, I'm lifting my left arm. So lifting and lowering, keeping the neck really nice and long here, core engaged. The gaze is straight ahead. Arms are straight as we lift and lower those weights. Now I really want you to focus on pulling the weight up and pushing the weight down. So moving with resistance. Good, keeping those shoulders right down away from your ears. So I want you to really focus on nice tall posture here. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to hold the weight at shoulder height. I'm going to bring the right fist toward the shoulder, keeping that upper arm as stationary as possible. And as I'm straightening it, I'm bringing the left fist toward the shoulder. So switching, going into this bicep and shoulder work as we alternate fists toward the shoulders. You can feel this in the backs of the arms here too. Again, keeping that neck nice and long, trying to keep those upper arms at shoulder height. So try not to let those elbows drop here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth as you switch those arms in the air. Good. We've got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both arms out and hold and lower them down. Wow, I can already feel those muscles working really hard. Okay, from here we're going to rotate the palms so they're facing up toward the ceiling. I'm just going to draw the elbows back behind, and then we're going to lift. Not fully straightening the arms, so if your fingers were long, it's as though you were holding plates or you were serving something up. You can have fists or you can make long fingers like so. We're drawing the elbows back, maintaining that good posture, and then extending those arms up. Good. Pull back and push forward. Nice tight core here. Really focusing on those muscles working. Can feel those arms burning, can feel those shoulders working. You're working into your upper back muscles here, particularly as you contract the upper back muscles to pull those elbows back. Good. Nice work, stick with it. We've got 5, 4, 3, and 2. And final 1, pull back and release down. Nice work. So I'm going to show you what this next exercise looks like from a forward position. We're going to be taking the arms just a little bit higher than shoulder height. Palms are facing down. And then we're going to draw a circle with the heads of those weights. Down and then up. Down, circling, and then up. So I'll take a side view for this as well, so you can see what it looks like from all angles. Good, moving with control with these circles. So we're circling up and then circling down. Really important that we're not letting the shoulders tense up by the ears here. Good, nice strong straight arms as we circle down and back up. I know these are tough. We've got 6, 5, you're doing great. Keep those arms elevated. For 4, try not to lean back. 3, 2, arms are shaking. And last 1, amazing work. Whew. Drop those weights off for a second. Just give your arms a little shake, roll out your shoulders, whatever feels good. And then we're going to move down onto the mat. I'm just going to move these ankle weights out of the way. Coming down onto the back and bringing both weights with me. Relaxing head, neck, and shoulders down on the floor. From here, we're going to go into a tricep extension. So I'm going to hold on to both weights. You can hold on to one if that's too much for you. The arm is straight over the shoulder. I'm going to just rest my left hand on the back of my right arm. I'm just going to use that as feedback, so I'm not allowing that right upper arm to come forward or go backward. So I'm just using it as a little reminder to keep it in place as I bend and extend that upper arm. Bend from the elbow and extend. Good. Inhale and exhale to push those weights up. Bending and extending, keeping the elbow aligned over the shoulder. Good. Let's go. 10, 9, push up, really focusing on the backs of the arms here. Good. Amazing work. Let's go. 5, pushing up. 4, tricep working hard here. 3, and 2, and final 1. Amazing work. Now we're going to switch sides, either with one weight or with two, making it even on both sides. The hand is behind the back of the arm for feedback. I'm bending and extending. Bending and extending. Good. Keeping that upper arm nice and stationary. Really focusing on the triceps, doing the work here. Let's go. 10, full extension. 9, 8, you're doing so well. For 7, 6, 5, and 4, working those triceps. 3, 2, last one, bending and extending. Great work. Okay, from here we're going to go into our ab work. You have the option of using your weights for these exercises or dropping them off. So if your arms are really tired and you don't feel like you can move with good form with the weights, you can do these exercises weightless and still get the benefit of the core work. So if you are using the weights, we're taking them overhead. The legs are hip distance apart here. We're going to inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to curl and crunch up, reaching those fingers toward the end of the mat with the weights or without. Inhale to lower, exhale to curl and crunch up. Good. Holding the tension on the abs at the top of the lift, pressing low back down onto the mat. Inhale, lower, exhale, curl and crunch up. Great work. Inhale to lower, exhale, peel up. Now, if this is strenuous on your neck and you're not using the weights, you can interlace your fingers and take them behind your head for support. As you curl and crunch up, you want to bring the gaze between the inner thighs, ensuring that your head is resting up on top of your shoulders and you're not looking up at the ceiling. That will also strain your neck. Good. Inhale to lower, exhale to curl and crunch up, nice and high. Hold the crunch and then lower with control. Let's go. 3 and 2 and final 1. Nicely done. Now, with or without weights, we're going to go into a bridge as we come up. So the weights are over the shoulders. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're tucking the tailbone and bringing the weights down to the side of the body as we bridge up, and then we're coming into a crunch. So we're moving between the two positions. We're bridging up, squeezing the glutes in the back body, and then we're lowering and crunching up. Good. So push those hips up toward the ceiling And then flatten the back into the mat and curl and crunch up. Great work. Amazing. Good. Starting to switch on the back body here too. Nice tight core as you lift those hips up. Don't forget to tuck your tailbone as you bridge to protect the lower back. Let's go 3 and 2 and final 1. Amazing work. You can drop your weight off to the side for a moment and just hug your knees in towards your chest, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth for 3 and 2 and 1. Roll yourself up to a seated position. Now I'm going to step it up by adding on my ankle weights. Again, these are optional. I'm just going to use them to intensify some of the lower abdominal work, but even without the weight, you're still going to feel that work in the abs. So don't worry if you don't have them or if they just feel like they might be too intense an option for right now. Okay, from here we're going to come all the way down onto the mat. We're going to extend the legs out long. I'm going to bring the weights over the shoulders and the palms are facing in toward each other. So from here, we're going to inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the right leg up, framing it with the hands or the weights. Lower and repeat, opposite side. Good. So as you come up, I want you to really focus on pressing your low back into the mat. If it's too much with a straight leg, you can come in with a bent leg. That'll still be effective. If your leg is straight, you want to be flexing all the muscles in the leg as you also engage the core. Excellent. Lowering and lifting. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Really focusing on those abs as you come up. Breathing out with every lift. Engaging the core with every lift. You're doing great. Let's go 5 and 4. Peel head, neck, and shoulders up a little higher for 3 and 2 and final 1. Nicely done. Now from here, we're going to peel up and lift one leg, lower down and lower leg. Peel up and lift opposite leg and then lower down. If lifting up is too challenging for you, I want you to stick with the variation of this exercise that we were just doing. Good. Again, still effective. Just a little bit less of a challenge. Drawing your navel in towards your spine, using those upper abs to lift up off the mat and using your lower abs to ease down with control. Good. We've got 4 and 3. Last 2 and final 1. Amazing work. Drop your weights off to the sides or side. Bring your knees in towards your chest and just circle those knees in opposite direction, massaging your low back on the mat. Nicely done. Bring your knees to center. From here, we're going to interlace our fingers behind the head. We're going to take the knees wide and lower the feet down to the floor. Inside of the feet are glued together, or the inside edges of the feet are glued together. From here, we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to bring the knees and elbows together into a double crunch. Inhale to lower, exhale to curl and crunch up. Good. Now you can stick with this version, or if you want more of a challenge, you're going to come in, extend the legs, widen the legs, and lower. In, extend the legs, widen the knees, and lower. Good. So you've got two options, either keeping the knees bent or adding that extension. Either way, it's going to be challenging, especially on that center part of the abs. Really draw your navel in towards your spine to get maximum benefit here. This is a really effective core sculpting and strengthening workout, or exercise rather. Well, yes, the whole workout is also effective, but I particularly love this exercise for building core strength. Good. Let's go 2. And last 1. Amazing work. Relax it down. Okay, a couple of options here for our next exercise. You have the option of keeping one foot down on the floor as you bring opposite knee in toward the elbow. So we're going to either have that foot down, or we're going to extend both legs out long. So pick your level of challenge. Hands are behind the head. We're bending, bringing elbow toward knee, and then lowering down. Good. We've got 8. I know these are tough. 7. Nice tight core as we work those obliques. 6. And 5. Bend and cross over for 4. And 3. Last 2. And final 1. Nicely done. Lower the feet down to the floor for a moment. Now you can keep that right foot down on the floor and extend the left leg, or extend both legs together. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, picking that right shoulder right up off the floor. 6, 5, 4, 3, abs in for 2, and final 1. Amazing work. Lower the feet down to the floor, stretch the legs out long, and roll over onto your stomach. Just take a moment here to stretch out the abdominals in cobra, or all the way up onto the palms. Whatever variation feels right for your spine and allows you to feel that stretch running up and down those abdominals. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Okay, from here, we're going to move into an all-fours position, and we're going to start focusing on the glutes and thighs. So from your all-fours, I want you to position your wrists so they're below your shoulders, the knees are below the hips. When you've got a nice neutral spine, I'd like you to drop down onto your right forearm so that your right forearm is parallel with the floor. You still have that right elbow below your right shoulder, so you're really well supported, neck is long. We're going to pick the left knee up and circle it forward. We're going to circle forward for 10 and 9, 8. Really get that knee up and around. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Pause. Now reverse direction, squeezing that side booty, working into that waistline as you circle that knee back. Good work. Let's go 5 and 4, 3, last 2, and final 1. Now we're going to hover the knee above the mat and go into some fire hydrant lifts here. So we're lifting the leg to the side and lowering, just hovering the knee above the mat. Good. Lift and lower. Relax your shoulders here, nice long neck. Let's go 5, lift up a bit higher. 4, 3, firing up that side booty for 2, And final one, great work, lower down. Lower the whole body, side body down to the mat. You can prop yourself up on your arm or your hand, whatever feels more comfortable for you. I'd like you to pike forward with the feet so that you're really nice and supported. The hand is down on the mat, the neck is long. We're gonna do that same sequence again, but from this position. So we're gonna start off with some circles. I'd like you to plug your navel in, point your toes, anchor down through that bottom leg, and then circle forward. 8, 7, 6, nice work. Relaxing the shoulders. Last 3, and 2, and 1. Pause at the top, reverse directions for 10. Good. 9, 8, 7. Keep that core really strong and stable here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause, and we're going to lift and lower. Keeping the legs suspended in the air for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Make a bridge with that top leg. You can either make it in front or behind the body. We're going to move into some inner thigh work. So going 10 circles forward, squeezing that inner thigh. Good. Small circles, circling with that big toe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause, reverse directions for 10, 9, 8. Keep that lower leg elevated. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause and hold. We're going to pulse up. Keeping the tension on that inner thigh. Good. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7. Lift a bit higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Now we're going to switch sides. So coming into your all fours position, setting yourself up at the top of the mat, wrists below shoulders, knees below hips. Nice neutral spine. Now drop down onto that left forearm and let's start circling forward with that right knee. Keeping that right shoulder down away from that right ear. Good. Let's go 5, 4, 3. Really pick that knee up and around. And 1. Good. Reverse directions. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Abs in. 3, 2, and 1. Go to center. And then lift that knee up to the side. Lift it up, squeezing that side booty. Lift and squeeze. Let's go 5. Lift a bit higher. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Lowering down onto the side body. Bringing those feet slightly forward. Moving the weights out of the way. Good. Core is tight. Thighs and calves are switched on. The toes are pointed. I'm lifting that top leg up and beginning to circle it forward. Good. 4, 5. Drawing circles in the air with that big toe. 8 and 9. And 10, circle up and around. Good. Reverse directions. I want you to really tighten your core here so you're super stable in the torso. You're isolating this work in the lower body. Amazing work for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there and pulse up. Relax the shoulders down away from your ears. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Nice work. Okay. Moving into that inner thigh work, making the bridge in front or behind the lower leg. We're lifting tension on those inner thighs as we start circling forwards. Good. 4, 5. Really squeeze the inner thigh to lift up and around. Let's go 3 and 2 and 1. Pause at the top. Reverse directions. Squeezing the thigh to get that lift. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold and pulse it up. Good. Nice tight core, nice engaged thigh. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Relax it down. Amazing work on that side. Okay, from here we're going to get into some gluteus maximus work. So I'm going to come down into an all fours position. I'm going to position the wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. We're going to extend the right leg out long, lift it to torso height, and we're just going to hold here and really start firing up those right glutes by lifting and lowering the leg. So keeping it suspended in the air, keeping those hips square with the mat, really focusing on the side booty. 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Now from here, bend, extend, hamstring curls. Nice work. Let's go 10. Bring heel to the bum, really contracting those hamstrings. Good. Stick with it. Keep those shoulders nice and broad, pushing the mat away. You're doing so well for 2 and final 1. Now from here, we're going to drop down onto our forearms. Interlace your hands. We're going to flex the foot and pulse. Keep those shoulders down away from the ears. Neck is long and relaxed here. Good. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Leading up with that heel. Nice strong straight leg. And 1. Good work. Flexed foot hamstring curls. Moving at a pace here. Getting those reps in. Really pulling the heel back toward the bum. Giving it a lot of energy and a lot of power. Last 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to hold with a bent leg and we're going to pulse it up. Final push here for 20. Little controlled pulses. You can do it. Pushing that heel up toward the ceiling. Good. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Relax those shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. That was quick and effective on that side. Let's stretch it out. Breathing deeply here, in through the nose and out through the mouth for 3 and 2 and 1. Let's switch sides. Coming into that all fours position, really broad across the shoulders. Extending that left leg out long, pointing through the toes, squaring the hips with the mat, and just pulsing it up. Good. Nice, strong, stable torso. We don't want to be overarching the lower back here. We're squeezing the glutes, really focusing on the gluteus maximus here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now from here, bringing the heel toward the bum into your hamstring curls. Good. Stay broad across those shoulders. Don't allow yourself to collapse in the shoulders. Full extensions with the leg between each repetition. So you're keeping this really strong and powerful. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lowering down onto the forearms, flexing the foot, and pushing that heel up toward the ceiling. Breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. I know it's tough. Keep your hips square with the mat. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, belly to spine, 2, and 1. Hold it here, heel to bum. Working those hamstrings, working those glutes. You're doing so well. Final push here on this side. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Really engage the core and push that heel up toward the ceiling. Whew, I'm shaking. Stick with it. You've got this. Keep the foot flexed. Good work. Last 10, 9, 8, 7. Lift a bit higher. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Lower the knee. Take the knees nice and wide. This time, keep the hips elevated and lower the forehead down onto the mat, coming into puppy pose. Stretching out the shoulders, releasing tension. Lengthening through the spine for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Moving into our stretching here. You can remove your ankle weights if you are wearing them. And we can place them off to the side. We are done with those. Great work. We're going to extend the legs out long, sitting up nice and tall, lifting the hands up, and then reaching forward to stretch the whole back body here. Holding on to your shins, holding on to your ankles or the bottoms of your feet if you can reach. Just taking a moment to really focus on regulating the breathing pattern. So breathing deeply in through the nose and slowly out through the mouth. Inhale and exhale for 3 and 2 and 1. Roll yourself up. From here, we're going to lower down onto the back. We're going to cross one leg over the other. Interlace your fingers, take them behind the thigh, threading them through, and drawing that knee in toward the chest to stretch out the glutes. Breathing deeply, pressing your low back down onto the mat to feel the stretch in the lumbar spine for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower foot down to the floor. Switch the crossing of your legs. Interlace your fingers behind your thigh and draw that knee in. Stretching and lengthening through the glute area into the hips. Stretching the spine as you press your lower back down onto the mat. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring the soles of the feet up so that they are pointing up toward the ceiling or facing up toward the ceiling. I'm pulling down on the sides of my feet with my hands, drawing those knees in toward the armpits. Breathing deeply here in happy baby. Stretching and lengthening through the spine. Really challenging myself by drawing my tailbone closer down toward the mat. Feeling this in the back, feeling this in the hips. relaxing the face as we stretch for 3 and 2 and 1. Take your hands behind your thighs, roll up to a seated position. From here, we're going to bring the left foot in toward the right inner thigh, lift up and fold over. Good, stretching and lengthening, reaching through that side body for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Return to center, switch your legs, lift up and fold over. Breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. Lengthening and stretching for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the soles of the feet together. Sitting up nice and tall, hinging forward into a butterfly stretch, applying a little bit of pressure to the knees to push them down toward the mat if that feels comfortable. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sitting up nice and tall. Crossing the legs, lifting the shoulders up and rolling them down and back. For 3 and 2. Lifting them up and melting them down and back. Last one, opening through the chest and setting yourself up with really good posture. Amazing work. Thank you so much for joining me for that effective weighted routine. I look forward to moving again with you next time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See you soon. Bye, guys.